Hello, all my friends. I just wanted to check in with you to let you know how we're doing here in the cottage. I'm talking today about reducing a stress level or worries when you're going through something like this. When a family member is sick and you're trying to be the hero caregiver and doing everything right. And it doesn't always work that way. But I'm going to give you some of my experiences in this little episode that we're going through right now. So stay tuned. Maybe there'll be some good hints for you. Well, I'm on my way out for the first time in a while, except back and forth to urgent care. And I'm going to track down some test kits for COVID. I understand that Medicare provides 8 free testing kits to all Medicare people. And I'm also going to stop at Del Taco and I'm going to get my egg burrito, which I love. Actually, it's an egg and cheese quesadilla. So here we go. My big outing to run in. It's been 10 days now since Moosie's first symptoms. So we'll see. I still am COVID free. And from what I hear, the doctor says that my recent booster, which was my second booster, 4th vaccine shot, was full of fresh antibodies when Moosie was exposed and when he first got it. And so therefore, my booster shot prevented me from catching COVID from Moosie. Evidently, that's kept me negative. I've tested, and I am still negative, and hopefully I will remain that way, at least during this bout. It's been a wild past 2 weeks, I'll tell you that. It requires patience. It requires diligence. And definitely energy. So I'm going to close off now, and I will catch you in a little while when I get home. We've been to urgent care. Moosie has had chest x-rays. We have all sorts of wonderful things for him to help him get over this. He's feeling fine, actually. It just sounds kind of awful when he coughs, that's all. But the doctors assured us that he is progressing well. I have still tested negative. By some miracle. Well, I just got back from CVS and I didn't have to drive too far away. I went back to my own CVS and yes, they got a few in too. And one lady did not come down and pick hers up, and I got the last 2 Medicare packets of 8 each. 8 for me and 1 of 8 for Moosie of the test kits. So we're set for a while. And by the way, if you didn't know this, ladies and gents, you get 8 every month, every 30 days to test yourselves for COVID. And if this is going to be around for a while, it might be good to stock up on these. I also decided that I was going to stop at Del. Now that is one of my little stress relievers. It is a food. Moosie is laughing, but oops, you just heard his cough. He is listening to me here. Now, don't judge me because I did stop at Del. And as we know, sometimes food is a stress reliever. God bless you. And I don't do this all the time because I do eat my salmon, my salads, my veggies, my avocados, all my good stuff. But every once in a while, I like my egg. God bless you again. I like my egg quesadilla. It brightens my spirits with a little green sauce on the side and a load of God bless you again. God, I'm getting confused here. I better go ahead and eat this so my stress levels come down. I think they call it my cortisols. But I have a nice iced coffee here, and I'm going to go in my bedroom I'm going to sit on my bed and have some me time for a little while. Moosie has had his breakfast brought to him. He has taken all his medications and also the things that we did get at urgent care yesterday. God bless him again. To help this thing get out of his body and avoid any future complications. So I'll get back to you in a little while after I refresh myself and eat all my goodies with the green sauce. And this is an egg and cheese quesadilla. It's actually very healthy. So see you in a bit after my stress level is ready to go again. By the way, in case you're worrying, I do wear a 95 mask, and so does Moose when we are both in the same room. And I have it right here. I'm just eating for 1 minute. Now I'm going into another room. We do live in this tiny little cottage, so we don't have a lot of room to separate ourselves, and we do sleep in the same bed every night. We do wear our masks at night, and anytime we're in the same room or near each other or in the car or whatever. So don't worry. We're doing everything right. I'm constantly using the disinfectant, washing hands, doing everything, hopefully, the right way. And now I'm going in, and I'm going to have some me time in my bed for a while before anything else comes up.
Yeah, there are caretakers and there are caregivers, and my Moosie is a caregiver and a caretaker, both. I'm smiling underneath here. But I can get a little snarly, a little bitey, and causing her a little stress. But we'll get through it. I think we're halfway through it. What do you think, Heinz?
I think so, too. Good. I think you still sound like hell, but but it's all good. You've had the chest x-rays. You've had great care with the doctors. You're on all sorts of the good meds that will help this get out of your body so you don't have further complications. So what else more could we ask for?
Well, when I had that spasm out there, coughing, it wasn't hurting me, but alerted what I call the Imperial Guard, who surrounded me with their swords sticking out to invoke their will that I go to the doctor, which we did. We have our little pills here.
You have your inhaler. Where's that?
Oh, I haven't opened that yet because I don't need that yet.
Yeah, we have lots
Hopefully
of goodies.
I don't need it.
And we've got the zinc and vitamin C. We have boxes of Kleenex, and it could drown Moosie and I, the boxes that I have. In fact, it's so funny. I'm going to show you all the boxes that Amazon has delivered here. So
good.
We're good, and we're trying to stay in separate rooms. And as long as I keep my stress levels down, we're going to beat this.
I love you.
I love you too. Well, I feel so good now. I'm calm. I've just had my Del Taco quesadilla with egg and cheese. I have my iced coffee, and I'm ready to go. You've just seen Moosie, and he's talked to you, and he's assured you all is ready. He's assured you that he appreciates me, and that's what makes my levels go down more than anything. You know, you can say what you want about all the advice, and I've done some research about relieving stress and worry. And you get all kinds of ways to do this. But the only way that truly works for you or for me is what those things are. For me, reducing my stress level means people appreciating me, that knowing that what I'm doing is helping. It's being in touch with the family members. It's even just watching the YouTube shenanigans that our kids and our grandkids are going through. Instagram, all of that brightens me up and makes me realize that I have a very wonderful support system out there. All the kids are very involved with all this, dropping things off at a big distance, by the way, because they're all trying to stay. Well, this thing's going around again and possibly could be here for a while. And that's why I'm stockpiling some, I'm taking advantage of what Medicare is willing to give us in the way of testing kits. So we have all the medications I'm taking these wonderful orange gummy vitamin C's. We're taking the zinc, the omega-3, D3, you name it, it's going in this tummy. Besides all our regular vitamins and besides eating well. Now, when I do research about the stress level, and I've written some things down here, one of the big things with me too is the spiritual aspect of trying to relieve your stress and worries. And that's prayer and asking Almighty God to help me, to hop there on my shoulder, stay with me, and all my little angels that are looking out for me, stay on these shoulders and help me through this. And of course, surround my Moosie with all kinds of love and care and blessings. So let me say, some of these things might help you, and these are the very basics of trying to relieve stress. And number one, I don't even have to look at some of these that I've written a lot down. It's being outside with nature, with the birds, with the beautiful flowers, with the sunshine, and your pets. You know, your pets give you a lot of comfort. I can go out and little Shamu and even Ghost now come up to me in the morning and meow, 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 start all their meowing. I know they're probably hungry, but they're still saying hello to me and they're saying, I love you. Now, you might debate that, but even when Colleen and Micah's and the kids' dogs all come down and give me my licks on my face and everything, would you believe that does lift your spirits? When you know that you have nature going for you, you have exercise. I believe of moving my body around, which I do a lot because I have to. I'm the guy that does it all here. So I am moving my body, sometimes more than I want to when I lift those 24 bottles of water into the trunk periodically. Can't get to those 32s, but I can still lift the dog food, the cat food, and all the potting soil and everything. Can still do that. So those are the things they say generally will help you. But the big thing, more than anything, and this is what I believe, it's that taking time for yourself to just a moment or two or some way of relieving your stress by removing yourself from the present problem for just 5 minutes, if that's all you get, and concentrate on you. Now, what does that mean? Well, I could say superficially, my nails are taking a rest, no polish. I've been treating them with coconut oil or anything. Just take that polish off and get down to the basics. File your nails and put the stuff on there. Mine need it every once in a while. So my nails are getting a rest. Actually, my face is getting a rest too. If I weren't on camera now, I wouldn't have these eyes or lipstick or whatever. I do use my, as you know, my Nivea and all the other things that just keep me moisturized and feeling good. Those relieve my stresses. Spiritual time, I miss all the time. We regularly were at Mass every week, but I can still pray, which is basically talking in my head to God. And that meditation time, which doesn't come as often as I would like it to, but I'm always talking. If something happens instantly, who do I think of to help me get over this? You know who it is. And that happens many, many times throughout the day. So that's my little seconds of prayer, asking for help and showing my love for those up there that are looking out for me. Can you believe all this? Well, this is what you can say what you want about Amazon, but in one day, stuff kept arriving as I was ordering it, and it has saved me a lot of money in gas and time, which I couldn't get out anyway. I was quarantined for quite a bit more than the 1 week, almost 10 days. So this is what I have stocked up to help us get through this COVID. And let me tell you, it's a lot. Down here, we have everything from, I can't even see down here. We have my 1,000 milligram vitamin C gummies, which we are both taking. We have lots of disinfectant for our hands. Lysol spray. When Moosie leaves the room, I spray the room, put the fans on to try and circulate the air. And all sorts of disinfectants for me to keep washing counters and tabletops and chairs and arms of chairs. It's, as you can see, quite a bit of work, but I'm holding up, and the good Lord has given me the energy and the will to be able to keep going here. Let me show you what we've gotten. We are wearing the I-95 masks, which are the best, and that's what the doctor recommends. The other ones really don't, everything goes through them, but with Moosie doing so much coughing, these are great, and we both wear them all the time when we're in the same room or when we're not eating. And okay, we'll put that down here. What I have here are gloves, and every time that I tend to Moosie's needs, I put on these gloves and wear the gloves. So fortunately, we have lots of these. Oh, I even have bird food. I couldn't get out to keep the birds happy, and last week we ran out of our little snack things for them that I hang up, and Amazon had them, believe it or not, cheaper than I even paid in the store. So I can keep the birds healthy too. This great big box is 12 boxes of tissues. Moosie runs through tissues like you wouldn't believe, because his normal COPD, he does have compromised systems, several of them. So the nose blowing and the coughing, etc., we have lots of these. The wipes, we've always had these ever since Moosie several years ago started having problems, and we use these all the time too. I have Clorox down here for my kitchen floors and counters and everywhere else around the house. Over here, what is this? Oh, these are the kits that I've just picked up from CVS that Medicare has given us, the COVID test kits, 8 for each of us. Medicare provides it every month, which is great. I also found this morning some nice high protein bars for Moose. He does snack. He has gained a lot of weight since he, a couple of years ago, was in the hospital again, and subsequently a couple of times. He has a great appetite. He'll eat everything except this past 2 weeks. I think that's part of the problem, that my stress levels went up. I'm pretty easygoing. I'm not a confrontational person. But when all the meals that I try really hard to make different meals for him, something wrong with every single meal. They're too salty, or they're not tasty enough. Even my white chicken soup, I blame that on a temporary, just the feelings maybe that he has going inside. But I haven't had a good word on a meal in 10 days. But anyway, I think this morning when I brought him some donuts from Dell, I got a thumbs up. Go figure. Anyway, you know what? I am a strong person, and I know that. And I know that my anxiety and my stress level will not go into anything further. I have been given the blessings from above to be able to handle this. And I'm so glad I have. I don't know whether it's those little angels sitting on my shoulders or what, but so far, so good. So this is what we have. Did I miss anything? Let's see. Oh, more masks over here. Oh, and what also keeps me going, I looked in my first video and I didn't have shoulder pads on. Remember, one of my tips for not looking your age is shoulder pads. It does give us that squared off look. I hope it's not too much right now. But also, which fell down there, my dry shampoo. If I didn't have the dry shampoo at this point, I think you'd probably see me in a real different way. I'm not wearing makeup, so my face is getting a rest only when I have to go on a camera, which hasn't been too often lately. I think I mentioned my nails are getting a rest from the polish, and I'm putting coconut oils and various things on them to soften my cuticles. I am getting exercise, running around, doing a lot of this, but if I feel that I'm appreciated, and if I feel that I'm respected and that what I am doing is making someone happy or well, then my feelings are way up here and my stress levels are gone. So with all the suggestions that we get about meditation and practicing mindfulness and doing this and doing that, if you can keep your stress levels by treating yourself with lots of love and attention, taking those little moments whenever they appear and doing something good for you. Know that you are loved by you, by your partner, your spouse, all the time. It's just these little setbacks that make you feel a little down. But after Moosie said that little bit on the video, wow, my stress levels went this way. So anyway, this is what it takes to maintain a household, stay on top of it all, and so far so good. So I still ask your prayers. You know, I might not be able to answer everyone personally. However, I read every single word of all your comments, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate them. I know that you're all praying and sending us good thoughts and well wishes, and it's a time that I need them, and that's probably what helps me as much as knowing that I'm appreciated by those that I'm doing things for. As Moosie says, sometimes he can be a little ornery, and that he can, but it's okay. We're doing fine. I hope all of you are staying well and enjoying your family at this time. You know, this is a big time for school graduations and summer vacations, and I hope you all will stay clear of this terrible pandemic, which still seems to be trickling on in our lives. But as we get more used to it, I think we deal better with it, and hopefully this natural immunity that's going around the world will help. Now you can hear Moosie in the other room right now. Hopefully all this new steroids and medicine will help knock this thing right out of his body. I have bought, I'll tell you about my makeup in there, because right now here I'm surrounded by all this. So I'll meet you in the other room. As part of my stress level reductions the past 10 days, 2 weeks, I have been watching YouTubers that I feel can help me with my my makeup and my general feelings. And I have been watching one gal by the name of Emily Noel, who does some pretty good makeup. And a couple of the things that I found with her are these cute little elf. She did a video about everything under $5 makeup. And this, most of it, by the way, can be found at Walmart. And this little one of the lighter pink, a little bit of glitter on the eyelids was something that I picked up on. And in one of the next videos, when all of this is over with and I can concentrate back on some of these things that I've picked out, look at this tray full of goodies. They're not all new. I've gone through back things that I never used but had. And I know a lot of you will be pleased that Emily Noel also recommended this under $5 palette. As you know, my palette was a wreck. And this is by Rimmel. And most of this makeup was Rimmel, Wet n Wild, and e.l.f. And I have already dug into some of these nice light colors. And this seems to suit me. Some are a little sparkly, which I'm going to try, and some are not. What else did I pick up? All sorts of, and I think I already showed you these, a lot of new mascaras. I also have another palette that I found in my stash, and I have that. I think I told you I did get a smudge brush for my eyebrows and under here. And one of the things that I'm wearing is my new nude lipstick by Revlon. I think it was only $4. For some reason or other, all the Revlon products have redone themselves, and they're all coming out in very low prices in the stores. I thought they were going out of business, but evidently not. I have a spoolie and something to help my eyebrows, something lighter. I do want to stick with the lighter eyebrows. So when I get around to this, you and I are going to have some fun with all this new and found in my old stashes of different makeups that we can have fun with and try some new things out. Not that this is important, but you know what? It does help with that loving yourself a little bit more when you can give yourself confidence. It does help. So I think that's going to be it for now. We seem to have things under control here with doctors, and all our children are so supportive, and we're keeping in daily contact with them all, and everything's good, folks. So stress level depends on being appreciated and definitely taking some time out for you. And if you get those little moments of reading a book or just relaxing, you can do it. There's a whole lot of other things out there that you get advice on. And I am going to be doing a review and that little tic-tac sooner or later of some of these. I have at least 4 or 5 that I can review. Try the meditation. Of course, prayer helps me, and you'll do just fine. So thank you again for all your love. I love you back. God bless us all.